Hello friends, today I have brought a new Chinese drama for you, in the beginning of which we see two girls, one of whom is the female lead Yaya, and both of them are drinking with two people. Then a man said to Mr. Fan, I will tell you. Forgot to introduce these two. This is Yaya, and she is Ting Ting. These two girls will spend a very good time with you today. Then Yaya gave them a file and said, I have prepared this plan today. Then Mr. Fong held her hand and said, Plan. Keep it aside once and have a drink with us. Then both of them start drinking with them. Her maid gives that plan to another man, and then starts explaining that plan to Mr. Frank, and then Yaya and her friend leave their house. We start listening to a boy sitting behind who is saying to a lady, Mrs. Lin, my time is very precious. If you want to have dinner with me, then you will have to pay for it. My fee is hovering at 10,000 renminbi. Hearing this, Mrs. Lin says it's okay. It's not as much as I thought, but I want you all day. Hearing this, Ting Ting said, how can these people talk like this openly? Then Yaya turns back and looks at that boy. Then Mrs. Lin asks that boy. She said, look, this whole table is full of dishes. I can't finish it alone. So first you give me company while eating, and after that we will go out for a walk together. But the boy says that I don't have time. Then Mrs. Lin said, I will give you 200 Haj Yuvan for an hour, but the boy said, sorry, I only provide professional service. Saying this, he left from there, while Mrs. Fong went closer to Yaya. I want to hear your thoughts on this plan. Seeing this, Yaya asked her. She moves away, but Mr. Fong puts his hand on her leg, and then Yaya pushes him away. Then the other man shouts at her, and says, Yaya, what are you doing right now? Apologize to Mr. Fong. Are you ready? On this, Yaya says that I am a lawyer, and I only provide professional services. Then she takes some drink and throws it on Mr. Fan and angrily walks out of the room. Then Ting Ting asks him, are you? If you are really going to resign, then Yaya says, did we do so much to have a drink with these people? Then Ting Ting told her it's okay, but how should not know about this, otherwise she would scold me a lot. Then Yaya would have told her we can't let others take advantage of us like this. Then she sees the same boy there, who is the male lead of this drama, Shan Hang. He is going from there in a very expensive car. Seeing him, Ting Ting said, is he so rich? If it is possible to drive such an expensive car, then Yavya says maybe she has also worked very hard day and night. Well, now don't force me to go inside. On this, Ting Ting says, I am not forcing you. I am also with you. Quit now, let's go somewhere together to eat. Saying this, both of them left from there. In the next scene, Yaya stands outside the tent, and Fo clicks her photo and sends it to Ting Ting. Then she calls Ting Ting. Carcass said, I have taken an apartment on rent which has 2 bedrooms and a living room. Later I will find a roommate to share it. Only then Sean also comes there. Seeing him, Yaya said, this is the same boy. Despite being so rich, he lives in such an apartment. In the next scene, she is going upstairs with her luggage, and she is very tired due to walking on the stairs, so she starts taking rest, and then she sees Shan Hang coming there. She looks and said to herself, which drama's plot is this? Male and female leads live in the same building. Then she said to Shan Hang, you also live in the same building. Shan Hang said to her in a rude voice, if you are not going upstairs, so please move aside. Hearing this, she moves away from there. Then Shan Hang starts going inside his house. Then Heavy stops him and says, I have just taken this house on rent. It seems that you have come to the wrong palace. On this, Shan Hang said, but you have come. Hearing this, Yuya takes out a key and opens the door of that house and shows it to him and locks it again. After this, Shan Hang also takes out his key, and that door opens. And then told him that it seems that they have given us the same building on rent, so you should talk to the agency and take the refund from them. Via stopped him from going inside and said, if it is so, then why don't you go and take the refund? Shan Hang doesn't agree and tries to go inside, but Yaya lets him in. Then Yaya says, have you signed the agreement for this apartment? Shan Hang says yes, and if you have to, then show me. Then they both look at each other. They show the agreement. After that, Yevyu tries to fool her and go inside the house, but Shan Hang catches her and pulls her out. Then her hair breaks and falls inside the house. Then she says to Shan Hang, look, my hair is from the house first. When she goes inside, this house is mine now. Then she closes the door of her luggage. Then she goes inside and starts looking at her house and then goes to the terrace. Only then she sees that Shan Hang has come inside her house. Then she went to him and said, how can you come inside my house without my permission? Then Shahan told her, I am giving you 2 months' rent. You get out of here and find some other place because I have to stay here. Hearing this, Yao says, I have to stay here, and I want to tell you that you cannot get content with me because I am a lawyer. I will call the landlord right now. But before that, Shan Hang calls her and tells her that I want to buy this house. In the next scene, the landlord comes there and says to Fo Ya, you should move out from here. On this, Ya says, you gave the same house on rent to both of us. This is illegal, and now you are forcing me to leave from here. This is a violation of my legal rights. You do not know my boss yet. He has not received any case till date, and you also like me a lot. If you force me to go from here, we will meet in the court, and I will fight till the end for my rights. Hearing this, the landlord said, I admit that it is my fault, but I have a solution for you two to meet. I was lucky, and look how handsome that boy is. I will reduce your rent, and you both share this apartment. Then Shan Hang says yes to it, but Ya said I can't live with a stranger. Then her landlord said, I am getting a divorce from my wife, and for that I need a lawyer. It is good that I found you. Hearing this, Ya said yes, you have found the right person. Our company is very professional. You can come to us anytime and in that apartment. After that, the landlord left from there, and after that Yaviv said to Shan Hang, go away from here. I just agreed without thinking, but I don't want to share the apartment with you. On this, Shan Hang says I will give you 2 months' rent, but you let me stay here only for 3 days. We will decide the rest of the matters after 3 days. Hearing this, Ya agrees to this and then gets the money transferred from him. In the next scene, Ya Shan. She says to Hao, even though I have agreed to let you stay here for 3 days, we still have to have a clear discussion about it. You have to follow some of my rules for 3 days. First of all, you do not disturb my daily routine. Secondly, you will not show me your body, and thirdly, which is most important, you will not bring anyone here, otherwise I will report you. On this, Shan Hang says, what a report? Then Ya said, look how young and handsome you are, but you depend on your looks for money. I am a little worried about you, lest you get a criminal record, and because of that you will not get any proper job in the future. Take my words seriously. Saying this, she went to Seychelles. In the next scene, she is cleaning her room, and after that she comes from there and starts peeping into Shan Hong's room. There were some candles lit, and everything else was very strange. Then Shan Hong looks at her. Yes, she quickly went from there to her room, and then asked herself, has this boy gone mad? When I came here, his bedroom was absolutely fine, and now he has turned it into a haunted house. Is it like this? She wants me to help her in exorcising the evil spirits. I should return her money. Saying this, she goes back to her room, and suddenly she hears a woman's voice from outside who was talking to Shan Hang on the call. She was one of his clients. Ya was secretly listening to their conversation, and suddenly Shan Hang opened the door. So Ya said to her, I just heard you giving legal aid advice to someone. You are still young, and your memory is also very good, so you should give the judicial exam. Then you will leave me behind in a few days. By Dave, I came to tell you that I cannot let you live in this house. You take your money back. Xiao Hang says, we have already signed the contract. Saying that you can't break the contract as a lawyer, he starts going towards the bathroom. Yao also follows him and tells him that you can't even stay in the bathroom for more than an hour. On this, Xiang Hang said, are you also my friend? He locks the door saying, I want to come with you to the bathroom. In the next scene, Xiang Hang gets a call from one of his friends, whose name is Yu Fei. He tells her, I talked to a doctor about your insomnia. He said that the environment of the place where you sleep should be good, and yes, I have also hired a female assistant for you who will start working from tomorrow. On this, Xiang Hang said, I do not like female assistants. Then Yu Fei said, I think a female assistant. It helps a lot in neutralizing Mel's mindset, and you have to listen to me. He cuts the call saying this. Xiang Hang tries to sleep while Ya was cleaning outside, and she was also singing a song. Hearing this, Xiang Hang falls asleep. After a long time, he wakes up and says to himself, I have really fallen asleep. The next day, Yo-Yo goes to a law firm where she had got a new job. A girl shows her her work palace. There she said to her 2 colleagues, my name is Ya. Are you both also members of Shehan Group? Then one of her colleagues said, my name is Bav Rue, and I am the most trusted assistant of the boss. Then his other colleague said, I am also the boss. I am an assistant, and my name is. You are Fei Fei. Our boss is no less than a diamond, but still he trusts me a lot. Then a girl came there and said, I think you both are the most useless person in this company. Then she says to Yao, my name is Tanning. I have specially brought a money plant for you. It will keep your physical and mental health good. Our boss has specially asked me to keep an eye on these 2 so that they do not harass any woman, but I am curious to know one thing. Who are you like this? You had committed a sin that you had to become the boss's personal assistant. Hearing this, Liao says no problem, I am a newcomer, so I will get to learn a lot by living with a strict boss. Then Bavahi said to her, let me tell you a secret of the boss." Saying this, both of them took her with them. They took her to a room in which many trophies of their boss were kept. Seeing them, Yaya said, "Our boss is a genius. Then why were you people talking bad about him?" But Bavai said, "Just look there once." She sees that there were some scary things and threatening letters kept there. Those letters were sent to her boss by the opposite parties. Then her boss comes there, who is none other than Shane. Yaya gets shocked after seeing her. Then Bav asks her, "Do you know him?" On this, Yaya refuses, but Shane says, "How come you don't know me? We both discussed about legal issues together." Then he asks her. He asks to keep another letter there and calls Yao out to his office and leaves from there. In the next scene, she is in Shin Hang's office and he says to Yaya, "Now you have something to say." On this, Yaya says, I admit my mistake, and I am ready to share the trend with you. Please forgive me." On this, Shin Hang said, "I wanted to say that now we will get many opportunities to work together, so do not do any unprofessional work, because before you, I had 25 assistants whom I fired because of their mistakes. Now if you have any more questions," then Yaya said, "A few days ago I saw you in a restaurant where a lady invited you to have dinner with her and go out for a walk. She was giving a huge amount of money, but you rejected her." On this, Shan Han tells that she was my mom. In the next scene, Yao Yao is cleaning the house and suddenly she hears a strange sound from Shan Hang's room. She is there. She goes and sees that there was a music being played there, which she turns off. Then by mistake a wooden statue falls down from it. Then she quickly starts assembling it, but then she hears the arrival of Shin Hang. She quickly starts to leave the room when Shin Hang sees her. Then Yaya tells him that I was just cleaning there. After this, Shin Hang starts going to his room. Then Yaya stops him and says, "Let us together. You should watch C-drama. This drama is very good." So Shin Hang said, "Instead of watching drama, it would be better if you study about law. You are also making the same mistake as my old assistant did." Saying this, he went in his room. After some time, he hears Shin Hang shouting and he throws Yaya out of the house. Then Yaya tells him that the wooden statue broke by mistake and I am ready to compensate her. So Shan Hang, he said that a friend of mine had given me a gift. It was very important for me. On this, Yaya said, "I am also a tenant here. If you do not want to live with me, then you can leave. You have no right to throw me out from here." On this, Shan Hang said, "But I am your boss and I can fire you from the job. Then you will not even have money to pay the rent." Saying this, he closes the door. In the next scene, Yaya is sitting on the road and she is waiting for a taxi there. She was waiting when she saw Shin Hang coming and said to him, "I knew you were not so heartless." Shin Han says, "You haven't gone yet, and I am not here to take you back. Come on, I will book a cab for you." Then he booked a cab and left from there. In the next scene, Yaya goes to stay in a hotel, but it was too expensive, so she went back from there, and after that she goes to her company because there is a ban on people working overtime. She used to get free accommodation and food. After going there, she said to herself that it will take me a week to find a new Paris. Till then I should stay here. With this, the episode ends here. To watch the next episode, subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching.